right, so we're on our way home from Set Free Albany. Long ride, 8 hours, but it was worth it. We had a really good weekend. We kicked it off with Peter and Lori White House ministering on mother and father wounds, and they were such perfect. They are the perfect people to minister that message, because they just exemplify what it means to be a mother and a father. The love of the Father just oozes out of them, and it was awesome. They, their ministry basically was having everybody come up, and they gave them hugs, and I was watching as they were hugging the people were just weeping in their arms. God was just releasing a Father's blessing to both the men and the women. It was really beautiful, and they came over, and then some of them received more prayer, and God was doing good work in them. And then yesterday morning, Amy kicked it off with the Freedom from Soul Ties, and you could just see, like, even as she was ministering, as she was speaking, that people were crying. The Lord was working in people's hearts. And then we broke the soul ties, and it was just really a powerful time as God was setting people free from those ungodly connections, both sexual and non-sexual soul ties. And then freedom from unforgiveness I ministered on, and after the message led people in we had this thing called representational forgiveness, where we would get up and we would apologize on behalf of the people that hurt them. Like, I stand here representing your husband, I stand here representing your father, your mother, your wife, and just kind of giving them what we felt the Lord wanted to say. Forgive me for abusing you, forgive me for abandoning you, and just watching the people weep, and even the people on the ministry team, as they were ministering this, God was ministering to them as well. It was a powerful time. And then people went through their forgiveness lists and confessed forgiveness, and there was lots of crying. And then afterwards we ministered to the people, and God was doing such a good work setting people free, and then we broke generational curses, and again more freedom, more crying, more deliverance. And then Amy spoke on freedom from shame, and as she spoke, the people were just weeping all over the room. And then she did something powerful. She had bowls of water up front, and had people come up and just kind of dip their hands in this water and wash their hands, and people were putting water on their eyes and putting water on their ears for the things that they had seen and the things that they had heard, and all the shameful things. And as they were doing it, I mean, again, there was more crying, more heart ministry, and then there was prayer for those who wanted more prayer. And then last night we closed it out with the final meeting, and we really never know how that's going to look, but usually what happens is it's a celebration, and last night was really no different. We worshiped for a long time, and God's presence was powerful, and people were celebrating, and you could see the presence of God on their countenance. And then the final ministry basically was baptism in the Holy Spirit, because we want to fill those houses. And so there was a bunch of people that came forward to receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And I explained it to them, and I began to pray, Jesus, baptize them in your Spirit. And I watched every single person that came forward was baptized in the Holy Spirit, began speaking in tongues. And then the team was released into the crowd and praying for, Jesus to just fill up those places that were vacated. And there was lots of healing, and it was just an amazing weekend. And it's such an honor that God would use Amy and I to do something like this. So just wanted to give you a recap of what the weekend consisted of. And so glad that you guys could have been a part of it, and we look forward to our upcoming events. We've got one in Poughkeepsie coming up next month, and it's going to be fantastic. So anyway, that was the weekend. So God bless you guys.
Bye.